The creaking silence of age echoes through the streets. Sounds like old wooden floors under heavy feet. All of the children once running around have evacuated, or maybe they just disappeared. Where have all the children gone? Just yesterday they were tying ribbons in trees and swinging from the branches. They were leaping over hot coals and swooning at anything. Where have all the children gone? Those of us who remain wander around like abandoned children in shopping malls. Where have all the children gone? Maybe this is just a dream. Maybe we are sleeping in rooms filled with metal shells. If we put our ears to those shells, they would tell us stories of how they were emptied by the fingers of fathers, emptied into the flesh of their sons and daughters. Where have all the children gone? We hope they are hiding. We hope they are playing a game. But we know this is really happening. Where have all the children gone?
So, do you know what you're going to do?
I want to know who the Girl Scout killers are. Like, who are they? What did they do? What is the whole story behind that? Okay, can we do that one more time?
Hi guys, welcome back to my channel. So today I'm going to be talking about the Girl Scout murders. Let's talk about what happened less than 2 months before. Less than 2 months before, a camp counselor got robbed and her food was taken, and she realized that personal belongings was just gone. And inside an empty container there was a note that said, "I will be returning and I will be taking 3 campers and I'll kill them." If you guys see me looking down, it's because I'm reading my notes. Even though that was a very serious threat, she didn't take much thought to it because she thought it was just a silly prank. Suspicious, right? 2 months later, almost 2 months later, on the around 7 p.m. on June 12th, a bad thunderstorm had hit the camp where Girl Scouts were camping. The girls were forced to huddle in their tent to wait out the rain. Nearly 12 hours later, a camp counselor discovered the body of one of the girls laying on the trail leading to the showers. Shortly after the first body was found, there was a grisly discovery. The other 2 girls were killed and left near the showers, 150 yards from their tent. The only forensic evidence left at the scene was a red flashlight left on top of the bodies with a distinct fingerprint left on the lens. The DNA was never identified. A 9.5 shoe size was found in the blood inside the tent, but it was never identified. Despite all 3 girls being beaten, no one in the camp heard any screams. Reportedly, one of the camp counselors heard a noise in the middle of the night and shone a flashlight in the direction before the noise stopped. However, a local landowner heard quite a bit of traffic on a remote road near the camp between 2:30 and 3 a.m. This happened June 13th, 1977. It was later found out that these girls were raped and strangled and then stuffed back into their sleeping bags. The girls' names were Lori Lee Farmer, who was 8 years old, Michelle Heather Goose, who was 9, and Doris Denise Milner, who was 10 years old. They were in Mayes County, Oklahoma, and they were staying in a tent together. I find it really strange because there was no camp counselor in there with them. Jean Leroy Hart, an escaped convict that was missing since 1973, was arrested for the murders a year later. Despite Hart being charged with raping 2 pregnant women and the local sheriff claiming he was 1,000% certain he was the killer, a jury later acquitted him. Hart was a Cherokee Indian who grew up less than a mile away from the camp. However, on June 4th, 1979, he died from a heart attack after jogging and lifting weights in a prison yard. The sheriff raised $30,000 to run new DNA tests with recent testing advancements. In 2008, new DNA evidence collected from a pillowcase was tested but came back inconclusive due to the samples being too deteriorated to form a full DNA profile. So this is a murder that was never solved, and everybody wants to know what happened. Nobody knows what happened. All they know are these girls were killed and they were raped, but nobody really knows what happened. So I have some conspiracy theories from people. Honestly, I'm confused about this myself. I don't know, what happened. So let's see what people think. Well, first off, I do want to say, why was there no adult in the cabin? That makes no sense. One person says there were glasses that were stolen from various tents during that night. Off the top of my head, 1 pair was found with the bodies and another found at one of the places where he was hiding out the Hart. I think that's what his name was, out afterwards. This is a known trait of his. He has some sort of fetish with wearing his victim's glasses. Also, I believe that specific knot bind had used the same one of the knots in his previous cases. It also follows somebody else's theory that the entire purpose of even bringing a flashlight was to scope out potential victims, not he could see. Since he only lived a mile away, I'm sure he knew the area well enough to be able to trek it in the dark. Comment down below what you guys think really happened. This is such a mystery, and I really do want to know what happened, but maybe this is a story that can't really be continued.